that like something you've done before?
Oh yeah, we always celebrate like that. Every win, I jump on his back.
Did you jump on my back?
Yeah, I jumped on his back.
Just carrying him again, I guess. No, I don't think that's true. First time, actually, I usually don't see him until the locker room. Usually he jumps on my back when I'm in the shower.
Oh, come on. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Hey, Coach, through 5 games, how pleased are you with the improvement of your pass defense? Like, compared to where it was last year, where it is right now, how pleased are you?
Well, I think what's important are the results. That's a good thing. It's a little bit like last year was. After people just trying to pound the run, so I think they stopped scratching their head and they said, let's throw the ball. So I think, number one, we'll get tested more against Indiana. They throw the ball up top quite a bit. They've got a good pass game. They're about 50-50. They have 3 solid receivers, big, tall quarterback, and they're very well balanced. So, it's that balance that'll get you, and then it's up to us during the course of the game to take that balance away, because that's what we've been fortunate at happening as games have progressed, is that it's turned into a passing game because of the fact that our offense has done such a great job as well. The pass game was not pleased at all with the overall pass defense, because there were some things that we just looked absolutely foolish in that there was no reason to, and it was a breakdown of technique more than anything, and that's the thing that's improved this year over the last year. That, and then just understanding what we're trying to take away, what the weaknesses are in the coverage, and then you go on to the next play.
I mean, how much of a role has Chris Jones and Josh McCollum played in getting better there in terms of some technique and shutting plays down that maybe they wouldn't have last
year?
Well,
we tracked it a little bit even going back to last year, and the fact that once Josh and Chris were our starting corners in our regular package, they brought a lot of credibility to the pass coverage.
Gotcha.
And then, we played Jonathan Rose at the corner as well, and then Kalu went inside. So that, it was just good from when we finally got the personnel squared away. We got our backers back and things like that. I think, too, also towards the end we started using a little bit more of the dime package, so our pressure, was a little bit better. Even if it was 4-man pressure, you just didn't know where the 4th man was coming, sometimes, or who it was. We've made progress, but again, the ultimate will be once we get to the end of the season and we look back, then we can revisit that same question again.
Who's the biggest test? Who's the best pass offense you think you're going to face here in the last 7 games?
Indiana right now, there's no doubt. I don't even really know. I haven't really looked that far forward. I know the records of teams, and I see the teams that are ahead of us, but at the same time, Indiana right now, I think they're playing with a lot of confidence, and again, they're one of those teams that they've got they've got a philosophy, they've got a scheme, they utilize their players in a certain way, they rotate in 3-4 backs. And again, like I said, they've got 3 real solid receivers that they spread the ball around to, and they're not afraid to take their shots downfield. So, we're going to have our hands full with that team right there. Plus, it's again on the road.
I apologize if you've been asked this. What is the area of emphasis?
Apologize one more time. Would you do that?
Okay, sorry.
What's the area of emphasis this week?
Yeah.
One thing is, we do this every week anyhow. We take our opponents' plays that have hurt us, and we make sure we make those corrections. Because again, if you don't, they're going to spring up, somewhere along the line. We've added a couple little wrinkles in what we do, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get back to the fundamentals of what we do and do it better.
How much are you able to drill fundamentals this week, maybe more so than a week where you're prepping somebody?
Well, we have that opportunity to do that, and today not as much. We worked a little bit more on Indiana today than we probably had planned, but yesterday we did a little bit more, just by position, things that you need to work on, whether it's whether it's your hands working on the cut block. Like for us in the back end, we've been cut quite a bit in the support of the run, so we've been working on that a little bit. Run rotation, in general, how to show up in the gaps, and then some things, half pass wise, and different reads and combination coverages and some things like that.
How's your, that line is, you have a lot of inexperience up front, right? I mean, we talked about that a lot. How do you think they've held up through 5 games, particularly against the run?
I think they've battled. I can't necessarily recall. I can't necessarily recall any frequency of someone getting beat off the line of scrimmage. We had a couple cases early on in the first 2 games where we were cut out of gaps and some things like that. But I think all in all, they've done a good job from